Hello and welcome. Horrible Truths, Kart Kid. Now, depending on whether you're British, you may have seen in the papers stories of MPs claiming expenses on the weirdest shit ever. I mean, some of the stuff that they've claimed as living expenses are absolutely pathetic. So I'm going to do a video. I'm just going to take a look and give my verdict and maybe find the ultimate solution to this rather irritating problem. Keep watching, stay tuned, this is going to be a good one. If you're wondering why I put on a jumper, it's a little bit cold in here. Now, I have the Daily Mail, and this is calling for them to be brought to justice, these MPs. And for once I actually read them. And if you want to see their faces of the people we're talking about, there you go. So we're talking about here. Now, I just find the relevant article. Here it is. And we shall now go through some of their problems. There's Elliot Morley, who claimed 16 grand for a mortgage that he had already paid off. 16 grand for something that didn't exist. I reckon if I tried that, I could probably jail for, say, 10 years? 10 years probably, under Britain's legal system. 10 years for me, no years for him. Jackie Smith claimed her sister's back bedroom, where she lodged in London, was her main home. And that allowed her to claim a total of £138,000. Now, if I tried that, I'd probably be in prison for about 8 years. But considering the substantial amount of money involved, it could have been, again, 10 years under Britain's legal system. Again, probably no years for her. This is going well, isn't it, this? And it gets better. Tony McNulty. Employment Minister Mr McNulty pocketed 16 grand in parliamentary allowances on the home of his parents. His parents' home. Again, if I tried that, not so much money. I reckon 8 years under that. 8 years for me. No years for him. Lovely, isn't it? Lovely how these MPs get a completely different law to us. It's wonderful, isn't it? It's brilliant. We have to abide by the law. They don't. I'm getting a bit pissed here, sorry. Next one. Loads. There's a pair actually. It's a couple. Andrew McKay and Julia Kirkbride. Mr. McKay claimed the flat he and his wife shared in London was a second home, allowing him to claim up to 24 grand a year. But at the same time, Miss Kirkbride listed the house in her Bromsgrove constituency as a second residency. It meant that they doubled up their expenses. So they're both claiming a second home. He claims that she lived with him in his second home, and she claims that a house she was living in was her second home. In total, they claimed 140 grand for her and 141 grand for him. I reckon if I tried that, if I ever had a wife in the future, and we tried that, we would both be jailed for about 15 years. It's going really well. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Here we go. Hazel Blears flipped her second home from her Salford constituency to her London flat, allowing her to claim £850 a month for the mortgage interest. She sold it 4 months later for a 45 grand profit, but even though it was her second home for expenses purposes, Miss Blears dodged 13 grand in capital gains tax by claiming that it was her main residency for tax purposes. So let me get this perfectly straight. What she's saying is, this place is her second residency so she can claim expenses on it. And when she sold it, it was her main residency so she didn't pay taxes on it. If I tried that, I don't know how many years, probably 15 again. It's brilliant. We abide by the law, yet they have claimed in their defence that they are acting within the rules. What rules? What fucking rules are these? What rules can possibly say you are allowed to act outside the law? That's just a load of bullshit. It's bullshit. If we did that, we'd be arrested. So, and the public have acted very angry about this. And they want them to be brought to justice, and I can see why. Because we would be brought to justice, and we go, yeah, look at that fucking crap pile piece of shit claiming fraud on his houses. That's what they've done. They've done exactly the same as that. And no, we're MPs. We paid the money back. There's nothing wrong with it. Yes, there is something wrong with it. The only reason that you gave that money back is because you were caught. You've broken the law. No rules anywhere say that breaking the law is acceptable. And we want to see these people brought to justice.